A net zero home is a house that is so insulated and energy efficient that it produces as much renewable energy as it consumes. Right now, the first net zero home here in Arizona is being built in the valley.
And this glass has a little bit of an angle to it back. You see that?
Yeah.
That's so that we can get heat out of the optional BTU heater
Oh.
without having to look at a vent.
And helping out on that project is our friends from Arizona Fireplaces.
We've been in business for 40 years, and so over the 40 years we've established some great partnerships with builders. So when AFT Construction and Mark approached us to be part of the first Arizona Net Zero house, we were excited and thought it was a great opportunity to show off some of our high efficiency, clean burning heat and glow fireplaces. So here we are today, and we're excited to be a part of the project. Heat and Glo Fireplaces, they offer high efficiency, clean burning fireplaces, and so many of the viewers are probably familiar with the non-burn days here in the valley. It's been a law for quite a few years, and so that law does not pertain to these fireplaces because they're so clean burning. So whether it's a holiday, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and you want to turn the fireplace on a non-burn day or any kind of cold, brisk morning or evening, you could do so with these fireplaces that are in this home.
Fireplaces have changed dramatically in terms of how they operate and their efficiency. The old masonry fireplaces that used to have the open front to them, they actually drew the air out of your home that you already paid for your furnace to heat. These fireplaces have a sealed glass front that preserves that heat on the inside and then returns usable warmth when you're operating it. And because these have electronic controls, you can actually operate these fireplaces with voice-activated smart home control systems.
I've had the pleasure of working with Heat and Glo for decades, and it's been one of those companies that has always been above and beyond levels of performance. They've always made sure that they were performance first, quality first, because other fireplace companies were allowing gas fireplaces to vent into the house and things. They said, no, we're going to build fireplaces that are completely designed for the indoor environment and for the occupants, and they've done a stellar job of that. So my experience has been extraordinary, and if you're looking for a fireplace, it's the only place I'd go. When you look at the idea about energy consumption, what we're trying to do is find ways to build houses that aren't so impacting to the overall energy picture. You know, homes consume an enormous quantity of energy in the country. Buildings consume about 60% of all the energy. So if we find a way to lower that demand, that helps us with carbon. It helps us also with economics, right? So this house will have a solar system on it that will offset the amount of energy the house uses by producing the same amount of energy via the sun. So there's batteries in the garage that will store the energy, and I can draw on that. Still connected to the grid, so I can take power at any time, but take it off of the battery pack, sort of an electric car. So it allows the house to operate at a high level of efficiency, lots of insulation, a tight building, ventilation and efficiency, but also comfortable and beautiful. Because too many times we think of high performance homes as kind of an ugly box with a couple of windows in it. So we wanted to demonstrate this. This house has about 60% of the house is glass, but it's triple glazed windows, high performance walls, ceilings and everything allow the energy use to be low so the solar system can provide what's needed. What we're seeing is there's a perception that houses will be moving away from gas as an appliance to reduce the carbon emission. But the idea here is that we want to make sure we have some backup fuel opportunities, right? So the electric grid go down a little bit. Plus the most important thing is just the beauty and aesthetics of being by a fireplace. And I think that the idea that we can use gas very efficiently and in a very positive way to make sure that family is still important. And I want to gather around a fireplace with my family and enjoy this house knowing that gas provides those benefits that you can't get any other way. So I think it's a really important thing for us to make sure that low energy buildings, those are important, and carbon reduction is important. But we also have to be sensitive to what's enjoyable by families, and I think it's still important to make sure that that's part of lifestyle.
If you want to find out more information about Arizona Fireplaces, their showroom addresses and telephone numbers are on your screen.